Good evening, YouTube, BookTube. This is Johnny. I am struggling to stay awake tonight. I feel so sleepy, and I don't know why. It's only 6:06 in the evening here in Holland, Michigan on January the 17th, 2020. And it's too early to go to bed. I've been reading today, I showed this last night, The Great Concert of the Night by Jonathan Buckley, a novel. So I've been reading this off and on today. So I've been reading that. This morning I read this book. I get out once in a while. I get out this book. It's a Latin phrase. It's Latin, but A Vindication of the Moral Law and Covenants by Anthony Burgess. Anthony Burgess was a Puritan. He died in 1664. I got this book out. It's a facsimile, so it looks like that, like it was published. And this was first published in 1646. It's the old archaic print. I get this out because I'm interested in the moral law, or the Torah, that you find in the Old Testament. And as you all know, I've mentioned in past videos, classical reform covenantal theology, the covenant of works, the covenant of grace, the covenant of redemption, the new covenant, old covenant, Sinaitic covenant, the new covenant, all those kinds of things. And so I was reading this morning. As far as my diary today, I didn't really write much today. Like I said, I'm kind of spaced, but I ended on page 56 for the year 2020. We are already in the middle of the month. It is the 17th. Before you know it, it'll be February. And I thought I want to get rid of some of the books in the living room. They're piling up. Today I volunteered at the Book Nook, the library used bookstore, and came home with another stack of books I bought. Emptied my wallet. And but these are the books I got. Today's a Friday. I picked these up last Monday at the Book Nook, the library used bookstore. I bought these books, and I'll show them now. You might call this a Book Nook used book haul. I picked up a book I have already, but I collect Nabokov, and this is his autobiography, Speak Memory. And I really like this edition. I have several editions. I have a hardback edition. This is a vintage international. I like vintage international books. It's almost look brand new. Looks like in pristine condition, and as you know, he was into butterfly collection, Nabokov. And so yeah, I got this for $1. I picked this book up. I've mentioned I'm interested in time, and I picked this up at the Book Nook, The Order of Time by Carlo Rovelli. He's an Italian. This is translated by Erica Segre and Simon Carrnell. It looks just, I'm not really mathematically I'm not good. I never really took math or physics but I just like to. It just looked interesting, so I got this. What do we remember the past? Why do we remember the past and not the future? What does it mean for time to flow? I'm always saying that in I'm in the flow of time and the flow of existence and the death flow and the flow of decay, the flow of the Godhead and things like that. Why do we remember the past and not the future? I'm reading it here in the flap here. What does it mean for time to flow? Do we exist in time or does time exist in us? In lyrical, accessible prose, Carlo Rovelli invites us to consider questions about the nature of time that continue to puzzle physicists and philosophers alike. He tears down our assumptions about time one by one, revealing a strange universe where at the most fundamental level, time disappears. He explains how the theory of quantum gravity attempts to understand and give meaning to the resulting extreme landscape of this timeless world. Weaving together ideas from philosophy, science, and literature, Rovelli suggests that our perception of the flow of time depends on our perspective, better understood starting from the structure of our brain and emotions than from the physical universe. So this looked kind of interesting. Then I collect nature books, and I collect this book, The Field Guide to Animal Tracks by Murie. This was published in, it's an old edition. It was published in 1954. And I like the old, illustrations in it. I like these kinds of drawings of little creatures. And it's all on animal tracks. So, yeah. So I got this. I have nature books over here over in the other bookshop. So this is the Field Guide to Animal Tracks. And I collect books on Tennessee Williams, the playwright. I have his autobiography. I have biographies. And I came across some of his plays I didn't know about. Tennessee Williams, Summer and Smoke, The Rose Tattoo, Camino, Real. I didn't really hear about these. This is his volume 2. There's more volumes. I think there's 6 volumes of his plays. And I just picked this up because it was $1. So then I picked up 2 novels by Peter Heller. I've never read him. My wife said she read a novel of his a number of years ago, or a couple of years ago, and she really enjoyed him. And this is his novel, The River, and his novel, The Painter. And I have more novels, and I don't know. I just start collecting him. His most famous novel is called The Dog Stars. Celine, he wrote a novel called Celine. So I got these. And then I picked this book. I collect books on Great Britain, Ireland, and this is a book on Ireland, In Search of Ancient Ireland, The Origins of the Irish from the Neolithic Times to the Coming of the English by Comrie, McCaffrey, and Leon Eaton. It says this is a companion to the PBS series. So I collect books on Ireland, and never been to Ireland, but it was a couple of dollars, so I bought it. And then I found this biography for $3 on Samuel Beckett. As you know, I've been reading about Samuel Beckett recently. Damned to Fame, The Life of Samuel Beckett by James Knowlson. So I've been reading about Samuel Beckett, and he says here, "Damned to Fame" is the brilliant and insightful portrait of Nobel Prize-winning author Samuel Beckett, enigmatic, reclusive master of 20th century literature. Professor James Knowlson, Beckett's chosen biographer and leading authority on Beckett, vividly recreates Beckett's life from his birth in rural suburb of Dublin in 1906 to his death in Paris in 1989, revealing the real man behind the literary giant. Scrupulously researched, filled with previously unknown information, garnered from interviews with the author and his friends, families, and contemporary. Knowlson's unparalleled work is the definitive Beckett biography of our time. Winner of the George Freely Memorial Award. So that's what I picked up last Monday at the Book Nook. I paid like, let me see, I think I paid $14 for all these books. It's not bad for that many books for $14. 15, I think it was 15 or something like that. So yeah, that's what I got at the Book Nook, and I got books today from the Book Nook, and I'll show those in the next video. Slowly, I'll be chipping away here. As you all know, my wife is gone until next Wednesday. Yeah, today she called me. She was at a library there in Seattle, and they had used books, and she was going through the biography section and asking if I had this. Of course, all my books most of my books are cataloged in library things, so I can go on there and see if I have a book. She had a book on Eisenhower that I didn't have, and a book on the New Yorker magazine I didn't have, a biography of Neil Young. I'll collect books if they're cheap on musicians from the 60s, like Bob Dylan, Neil Young, the Grateful Dead, jazz, Miles Davis, people like that, Louis Armstrong. So yeah, she called me not only from the library there, but also a thrift store. And she says, do you have this? Do you have this? And so she got me some used books today. She said, I don't have any more room in the suitcase, so this is it. Last time she was in Seattle, she sent me a box. She mailed a box of books back from Seattle here to Holland, and because she was gone for 2 weeks. She spent a week last year in Seattle, then she went and spent a week with our daughter Bethany in Denver for a week. So when she was gone, she just mailed the books to me. So I got this surprise package. I made a video about that, about getting that box of books in the mail. So yeah, I had a normal day. It's like I said, it's kind of quiet. It's supposed to get 6-7 inches of snow tonight. I got a call from the woman who, she's the one that about volunteers for the Book Nook, and somebody needs to be covered tomorrow. So I'll go to the Book Nook from 1 till 5 tomorrow, covering for somebody. I don't plan to stay till 5. I got to get home for the professional football playoffs, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Titans. It starts at 4 o'clock or 3:30. So I'll probably close at 4 o'clock instead of 5 and come home. So tomorrow's football, Saturday, Sunday, I don't know, Sunday. There's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. My wife comes home Wednesday afternoon, Lord willing. So hopefully the weather will clear up by then. So I read this today in the morning for devotions. It's really old print. It's really, really old print. But I have a couple of these. They're called Westminster Facsimiles, Assembly Facsimiles. Really enjoying reading The Great Concert of the Night by Jonathan Buckley. So I hope you're having a good Friday. Hope you have a good, I suppose you call this Friday Reads. Friday Reads. Used book haul. Yeah, tomorrow's a Saturday and Sunday. So I hope you have a good weekend. Thank you for the comments. Do pray you're all doing well. I'm feeling better. I haven't been coughing as much today. So hopefully I'm getting over this sickness. So I'll sign off, and until next time, bye.